New at 4 in today's Community Focus, there's been a lot of talk about federal cuts and what they mean for average Rhode Islanders. Here to talk about that and much more is Weayonnoh Nelson-Davies, the Executive Director of the Economic Progress Institute. Thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So first of all, if people aren't familiar, what is the Economic Progress Institute?
Yeah, so the Economic Progress Institute is a nonpartisan policy and research organization that have been around for about 26 years. Fighting for economic security for all Rhode Islanders. And we focus specifically on policy and budgetary issues that impact people's lives. So right now, when we're looking at this one big, beautiful bill, is one of the things we're focused on and how it's going to impact Rhode Islanders.
Yeah, there's been a lot of talk about that, and we've especially heard from our local elected leaders about the potential impacts they see happening to health care or food assistance. What are you most focused on? What are your concerns, and what do you think some of the benefits of the bill could be? What do you think?
Right, so I don't think there's much benefits to the bill, so I will start there. Medicaid and SNAP cuts are coming our way, and they're going to impact, with Medicaid, over 300,000 Rhode Islanders are going to be impacted by what's in this bill. With SNAP benefits, over 144,000 Rhode Islanders are going to be impacted. And our state budget, we have to fill in the gaps for where the federal government will no longer be funding. So Rhode Islanders are going to be impacted. We're talking about people not having access to health care or food or groceries for their families anymore. And
what do you think local leaders should be doing to try and intervene?
Correct. So some of those things are happening already. They have convened a federal advisory group. The Department of Revenue and the Executive Office of Human and Health Services have convened groups to look at this bill, analyze it, and provide recommendations to the General Assembly by October 31st. However, we are pushing, in addition to that, and we're part of those groups, we're also pushing for a special fall session. And the reason why we're pushing for that is because there are damaging provisions of this bill that leaders need to be proactive in thinking about what the Rhode Island plan needs to be to address these issues.
So you think the General Assembly should come back early before January this fall to address that? Have you had any conversations with the Senate President or the House Speaker about that?
Right, so I did an op-ed with the Boston Globe asking for that, and we sent a memo to the General Assembly, and some of our coalition members are galvanizing to push for that. And the reason why we think coming in the fall is important is because the SNAP benefits concerns are starting October 1st, and people who purchase health insurance through the marketplace may be losing those tax credit by the end of the year. So it's important that we come back this year to address that.
And just quickly before I let you go, I know you have your annual conference coming up later this month. What should people know about that?
Yeah, so the theme for this conference is We the People, the Road Forward. And I'm excited because it's focused on those who have been stressed about the uncertainty. We get to celebrate them that day. We have the Raging Grannies of Rhode Island performing. If you haven't seen them, they're amazing. And we're really going to just talk about honoring people and thinking about how all of us can come together to solve the problems we see coming our way.
And we'll put more details about that event on our website, WPRI.com. Weayonnoh Nelson-Davies, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you so much for having me.